Everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net, May 23rd, 11:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just want to do a quick analysis on where things stand for Bitcoin, as is always a big interest in this. So here I've generated my usual 18 pairs against US dollar according to the world of the Kraken exchange. So we're going to do a comparison here on all of these altcoins with Bitcoin, see how Bitcoin's performing overall. First thing I want to do is look at the slope. So in this case, we will do a sort on column N in descending mode. I've shown this before. So you can see here, Bitcoin has dropped off to number 4. Overall, the slope is dropping. In this case, it looks like it's kind of going negative, and see how the volatility is compared. So that is column, where's the standard deviation? Column K. So I know there's probably a better way to do this, but that's okay. I'm no spreadsheet expert here using LibreOffice. So here, the least volatile, it looks like down here, yeah. So considering it's not so volatile, but to me it is. That's compared to everything else. The other thing we want to see is probably, we could track the volume. It's quite shocking. The volume is not as high as you would think. You can see here, well, let me just show you. This is again on Kraken. So one thing I have seen comparatively on volume, so where's our volumes column I? Let's see here. Okay. So here volume. Yeah, Bitcoin is further down here. As you can see here, the reason is probably because of the price. The cheaper the closing price, the more volume. That's what I've been seeing. In terms of trends, we have a bullish pattern. I'll show you that in the document. So there is a bullish signal. Now, again, this is using daily data. So let's check out the price here of the report on Bitcoin. So in this report, I've shown this before, the Bitcoin, here's, I like to show this the overall performance of the last year or so concerning Bitcoin's rise and then where it's at today. So you can clearly see it's not even halfway. One thing that you need to realize is that there has been a strong negative down trend up until this rise right here. So we're starting to smooth out. I think once you start to see this overall long-term trend at least flatten out and go positive, you'll start to see Bitcoin start to pick up in volume. Here you can see it's topping out. We'll show you that in better reports. Here's the harmonic. It's a bullish. The head and shoulders still below traditional neckline. Here the candle has been detected. It's a bullish, so that's a good sign. So things are looking still pretty positive for Bitcoin. Last chart screwed up. Here's for the 6 month. You can see the RSI, and that's what's pretty well killed off the performance, but it's still hovering very close to 70. It's still above positive momentum, which is a good thing. Once you start to see that long-term momentum drop off, that's when I'd start to worry about Bitcoin. But here's the thing with Bitcoin. You get these sudden rises, drops off, but we need to see an establishment of a support. So I'll show you that. And again, this is a 90-day look back. This is the 30-day. So it looks like there might be a long-term support just I'm going to say with this wick, maybe just in and around under 7,000. But we can look at that. So I'm going to generate two fib charts here, which are very useful. So this is part of my newer scripts that I've had. So we want BTC against US dollar. Again, this is Kraken for 2 days. Let's see what happens here. So with Bitcoin, it's looking still pretty good. So let's see where our charts are located. I have a funny feeling. Okay, so these are them, hopefully. It's been a while since I've done this. Yeah, so here's the two charts that get generated. So the first one, oh, we'll just look at all three. Ignore that last, the middle one. So here we go. So let's look at the pricings. This is a 2-day move. Again, when you get these down moves, negative volume, but you can, on a 2-day, it's slightly above the positive here. Momentum's at 50, so there's still some demand. But this is the key driver right here. As long as it stays above the level 500, the fib level, Fibonacci, we're okay, and it is. Clearly, there is been some activity here over what I would consider the entries, so it stayed above that, and that's good. But here's the problem. This 500 is clearly not established. It was here, up to here it's established, up to here it's established. But when we get into here, you can clearly see it's below the level 500. That's a big problem. But we can also take it to a 1-day analysis using Fibonacci's, and this can be very, very useful from a visual perspective. It's doing the same thing. So again, this is just 24-hour data, hourly data as well, so 1 day's worth. One thing I forgot to mention here is, so let me just pull these up. Before I forget, these right here are your target levels. I forgot to mention this. So if you are targeting 786 is set at, again, here's the bottoming, the averages are just starting to show, but here, look, on the 24-hour, the momentum has dropped. So it could be puttering out. But funny enough, it is still above that 500 level. Here, still above that 618, and it always peaks at no more than level 100 or level 1, whatever you want to call it. But when you start to see the momentum like here go negative, it must mean that it is puttering out. But on the other hand, when you look at the daily, it does suggest a harmonic bull pattern as well as a bull candle as well, and it is staying above the 500, which is important if Bitcoin will continue. So it really depends on this momentum if it can come back and build it out. So if it's 1126, the Asian traders should be able to help establish that over the next 6 to 12 hours. All right, so we'll see what happens over the next little bit, and just thought, as I said, put this video together for you. Talk to you later.